Live from Studio 6B in Rockefeller Center, this is New York Nightly News with Chuck Scarborough.
Back in March of this year, a fire gutted a home on 84th Road in Queens. First responders found a badly burned dog in the smoldering remains, and despite the painful injuries, though, the dog was trusting enough to quietly let a police officer save her and hand her off to get her to veterinarians who could help. That dog was a pit bull named Sarah, and in the 4 months since the fire, she's made a miraculous recovery, and there she is. And joining us also is Joanne Yohannan, who's the Senior Vice President of Operation at the North Shore Animal League, which has played a key role in bringing her back to health. Joanne, thanks for coming in today.
Oh, thank you for inviting us.
Talk a little bit about Sarah's condition in that fire.
Sarah is an amazing dog, and she was found in the smoldering remains of the house.
Yeah.
We're not sure if she was owned or if she was a stray.
I see.
But the neighbors called the police. Sarah was badly burned.
Yeah.
And we didn't think she was going to survive. So North Shore Animal League America received a phone call from the local animal care and control alerting us that they had this burned dog.
Let me take you back to that moment, Joanne, because it strikes me is that she was in pain, but she did allow the officer to help her.
She did.
When you have pets who are in this traumatic situation, you can't say to them, I'm here to help you and calm down. So is this part of what maybe helped save her life? I mean, you can see where another dog would just been frantic and not even let the officer approach.
I believe that will to live is
Yeah.
what saved her life. And she's made, come on, Sarah.
Yeah.
As you can see, she's very playful. She's made a remarkable recovery.
Okay.
And she does have some damage to her lungs, so there's a little bit of raspy breathing.
Okay.
But other than that, we're just looking for a permanent home for her. She's part of our sponsor program.
Okay. Tell me about that.
The sponsor program specializes in helping animals with special needs.
I see.
Sarah will need care for the remainder of her life because of the smoke inhalation. She needs to go to a home where there are non-smokers. Secondhand smoke would be bad for her. When she's out in the sun, she needs her doggy sunscreen to protect her. And there's been damage to her eyelids, so she'll need drops for the remainder of her life.
I see, okay.
And North Shore Animal League will provide that.
Oh, that's interesting to see the medication that she needs.
Yes, absolutely.
And what I wanted to ask you was, it says, you said they didn't know if this was with an owner or a stray, so we don't know. The fire department, police department said they did take someone to the hospital, but there's been no contact with that person, right? They haven't been able to find anyone who would have been an owner if there was one.
No, we've not been able to make contact or to get any information. So at this point, we're actually looking for a home for Sarah.
Okay.
And if you can't provide a home, then maybe you can provide sponsorship for her and help us.
And Joanne, let me ask you, because you have so much experience with this. We had a story recently about, some communities when they hear pit bull, they want to say certain things. Sarah is a pit bull. I mean, what would you say to folks who maybe have a concern, especially because now even she's had this experience too, and yet they still feel like they might want to adopt her?
I would say that every animal, whether it's a pit bull or whether it's a shepherd mix or whatever it is an individual.
Right.
And as long as they're raised properly with love and compassion, that's what you will get in return.
All right.
So people can be comfortable in adopting Sarah. She's extremely friendly.
Okay.
And she's great with other animals.
Joanne Yohannan, thank you for stopping by and thanks for bringing Sarah.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with another look at the late George Steinbrenner.